Oh my goodness. No one's on here yet. Um, but Paul George is coming back to OKC. Reported by Adrian Wojnarowski. Just amazing. I just cannot believe it. You guys can ask questions. Scared money, don't make none. I just feel like Sam has known something for a while and knew something when he decided to do that documentary, when he decided to be a part of it. The confidence that the organization has had for a long time, uh, the friendship between Russ and Paul George. It's just crazy. So thanks for joining. There's a bunch of you guys joining in. It's a great night to be a fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are bringing back Paul George. So please ask questions, and I'll answer for a little while, and then I'll have to go do some podcasting. So look for those. Down to Dunk will be so grateful, so blessed. Grateful and blessed. Thank you. Doing some pods for Down to Dunk. We'll do kind of a mega pod for them. And then we'll do Dream Team tonight with Royce and maybe Fred will join too. But we'll do some big time podcasts that will be coming at you guys tonight. So stay tuned. Ask questions over on the side. You just have to believe that the Thunder have a clear vision to get to a title and have shared that with Paul George. I think the way the roster is constructed might be that way for a year, maybe. But I also think that there's a good chance that there's something else coming. And so obviously this is very exciting and not something that should be underplayed, because a free agent from Los Angeles that said to the Pacers, hey, listen, I want to go to the Lakers, and so you got to trade me, and preferably to the Lakers. And he was traded to Oklahoma City, and the Thunder had a year to convince him, a year exactly, and they did it. And he's coming back, I'm not sure what the terms are yet. If those have come out, go ahead and tweet it at me. But it's pretty crazy for it to actually be true and for it to happen at midnight. And I think that the thing that you're probably going to hear a lot is that he decided to come back to the Thunder without even talking to the Lakers. And so I think that that's very significant. It's obviously he has a great friendship with Russell, is something that Mark Stein emphasized. We knew that, like, we knew all these things and we knew all the signs, but I think that the scars of Kevin Durant were still there, and that we're like, yeah, like he's saying the right things, but we just don't believe him because tall dudes that play small forward are not trustworthy. But this guy is. He was not cryptic. He was saying all the things that you'd want him to say all season if you're wanting him to stay, and he did it. And there's gonna be a lot of criticism here from, obviously, I will probably enjoy being on the Lakers Reddit page tonight, but there's gonna be some mad people. And like, you already have like David Locke. How did the Thunder do in the playoffs last year? Well, like, let's completely take out all the context, David Locke. Take it all out, and don't even. I mean, who cares? Like, it's very, like, that kind of stuff. Just the no nuance, no context. It's ridiculous. But the Thunder, like, this Thunder team can be good. They can be better than what they showed in the playoffs, and what they showed in the regular season, and they're going to have a real chance. This is such a big deal for Oklahoma City. A guy who grew up a Lakers fan, wanted to be a Laker, decided, I'm coming back. And so this is a huge deal to have two guys from Southern California to commit to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's insane. It's crazy. Let's see. Nathan, you cannot go to sleep right now. Don't even think about it. Can we get rid of Melo now? Also, I don't have to sit in the corner and cry with my Bud Light Doritos and James Blunt. No, you don't. McKelly wants to join us. Let me see if I can get him in here. I'm also going to have him on a podcast, but he's texting me, call me. Let me see if I can get him on this call so you guys can talk to McKelly too. Also, just check out this glorious piece of art. Just so good. So good. It's a good day to be a Thunder fan. Oh, McKelly. There he is.
Hello.
Let's see if I can get the video. McKelly, is your video working?
Yes, but apparently no, because
there you are. Hey. We did it.
Yeah.
Us personally. We did something personally.
Yes.
Hey, and some secret work that you've been doing is going to be quite valuable here pretty soon.
Yes, the thing that we cannot discuss now, but
we have something really, really cool planned, and I was just going to be so sad if we weren't even going to be able to do it, or if we did do it, it would be like a really sad version of it.
Exactly. No, let's say that we will release something in the near future about how good the connection between Paul George and Russell Westbrook actually is.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be incredible. Like you won't this stuff, you won't be able to get it anywhere else. So just keep an eye out for it. But we can stop talking about ourselves and talk about the fact that Paul George is going to re-sign with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Are there terms out there yet? I'm just like daze right now.
Not yet. Royce is not tweeting about numbers, nor is anyone that we can trust. I mean, it's just Paul George committed. So
yeah. My prediction is 2 + 1.
Well, that is the real win for Sam Presti, because if you,
huge.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, it's the thing that makes the most sense for PG, because you give it a real chance, like 3 seasons. 3 full seasons is a real chance to build something, to build chemistry, to actually say maybe like when Melo deals expires, you have money to try to find someone. And so, I mean, I think if that is the case, then like Paul George should, Sam Presti should really be in consideration for any award or prize that anyone can give to him.
Yeah, but he traded James Harden, the big idiot. How could he ever win any awards?
Yeah. I really hope that someday in the future, the parties agrees to share the real version of why James Harden was traded. But
right.
I mean, right. And now we can really say that the trade for Oladipo was a fair trade for both parts, I think.
Oh, it's a great success for the Thunder. I mean, even if it's only a 1 + 1, it's a great success for the Thunder because, Vic was awesome this year.
Yeah.
He was incredible. But I just still have a hard time believing that he was going to be that guy here with Russell. And maybe he would have been. I know he would have been better. 100% he would have been better than he was in his first season with OKC. And like people forget about the wrist injury that he had that was significant and things of that nature. There's a lot of context within all of this. A lot of context that people
want to ignore. Have you seen Ennis' tweet?
No. Oh, yes. I'm now seeing it. Oh, man.
He's a troll.
He's the best. Oh, man. It's not conceivable. It just feels, part of it just feels kind of wrong. Like,
yeah,
I can't believe that this happened. Like because all indications are still that LeBron James is going to go to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's
and that he will sign before July 4th. So that is the,
Yeah.
to my knowledge, he will probably sign quite soon.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about Kawhi, but I mean, the rumors are he will sign soon to the Lakers. So it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, without even talking.
Yeah.
Let's see. Royce just said, I'm being told Paul George is on stage with Russell Westbrook at the party saying, I'm here to stay. We can bring it home.
Well,
wow. Doug McDermott has agreed to a 3-year, $22 million deal with Indiana.
Well, good for Doug. I mean, Indiana is, I think they are doing things, interesting things. I mean, they will surround Vic with the more shooting that they can.
Yeah.
And Joe Harris immediately agree with those were the
2 years, 16 million. That seems like a lot.
It's a lot, but they don't have, like, I don't know their cap situation. They don't have a ton of money, but it's still quite a lot. Like, it's the full MLE basically.
Yeah. That seems like a lot. Andy Larson does not think so. He said, so cheap. So cheap. I don't know. I have no idea if Joe Harris is good. Like, I don't know if any Nets players are good. I don't know I don't know how you know.
No, last season we had at least some competitive version of the Nets, and I think it was good on one end of the ball. On the other side, I don't really know. Like, he cannot play any defense. I'm not sure what's the strategy there, but it's like I would have guessed 4 years, 16 millions, like half the value. For like half the price for Joe Harris.
But, that's interesting. Hazonia and the Knicks, man, there's just so much news that people are just.
I was kind of hoping, like I know that Hazonia is like, okay, not the most reliable player there is out there, but boy, the talent is real.
Yeah, man, David Locke is just so stunned. There's so many people that are. I mean, like a lot of people. I mean, Ben Golliver said, why in the world would he do this 3-part series only to go back to Oklahoma City? And he's not the only one to ever say that. But yeah, it's crazy. Alex Kennedy is reporting the Thunder aren't sure that they'll be able to re-sign Jeremy Grant. It's possible the 24-year-old gets a bigger offer from another team and they don't keep him. So
yeah, this is like these kind of news are like, we talked to Jeremy Agent. He has like crazy requirements to sign without doing any meetings, like maybe more than 10. And it's Oklahoma City camp saying, well, we will not pay that. And we will make it clear from day one. I mean, it would be very, very nice to sign Jeremy Grant. But let's call it a day with PG, and then they will surely figure it out. I mean, to be honest, I mean, last year at power forward there were too many guys and not enough minutes. And George was playing the center. Grant was playing some minutes as backup 5, but that wasn't the ideal scenario probably for anyone. And so I think that paying Jeremy means that you need to clear up minutes for him. And if you don't move Melo, then there's no way you can carve those minutes. And so it's not just money. Wow! So Ilyasova, $7 million. 3 years.
Whoa!
Again. So he's kind of circling back his teams. Okay. It makes sense. Shooting, size, they want that. But it seems that they are paying all the teams are going for the MLE on day one.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Like, it's early. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Steven Newcomb says, what do we make of the Lakers not even getting a meeting? I think it says there's just so much to unpack there for me. in that is
Mhm.
that one, you like he obviously really likes what the Thunder are doing, and
Mhm.
he likes the organization. He loves, despite what the national media would want you to think, there are NBA players that love playing with Russell Westbrook, and Paul George is one of them. And so that's a huge part of it, is that he loves playing with Russell and he loves Oklahoma City. He loves the organization. He even said it. And we have a hard time believing it just because we're all dead inside because of Kevin Durant. But he said this organization checks all the boxes. And he's like, what else do I need to know? Like, these are the things that I want from an organization. And here is the Thunder do all that. And so I'm going to commit. Another thing is, I don't know if we can underestimate the fact that the Lakers didn't really go after Paul George in a trade last summer.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
key point.
it's key. Like, they're just like, yeah, we'll get you anyways. Who cares? We'll get you anyways.
Mhm.
And I just think that people underestimate that, and they just think, oh, he's a Lakers fan, he's a Lakers guy, he's coming. And so, but he shocks the world at midnight. I mean, the news broke right now is the time that it can become official.
Yeah.
Um, but the news broke early. Really, like, I've had the info almost all day,
Mhm.
and I'm not a newsbreaker. I have no interest in being a newsbreaker. Um, but I've had people text me all day. Like, it could have been broken today at 3:00, like, with certainty. And there were rumblings of it all week that things like this could have happened. But um, there's still a part of you that thinks, like, is that really going to happen?
Mhm.
Like, is he really going to sign without meeting with the Lakers? Like, I don't know. I don't know if he is. And he did. It's crazy. And maybe, like, everyone's like, why do he should want to play with LeBron? Well,
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving didn't want to play with LeBron. There's guys that don't want to play with LeBron. Obviously, there's guys that don't want to play with Westbrook too, but there's guys that don't want to play with LeBron. And maybe it's more that he wanted to play with Russ than he didn't want to play with LeBron. But this, again, this Thunder team isn't done, and maybe this season's iteration will be very close to what it is now
Mhm.
going into next season.
Yeah.
But I think that Paul George is going to commit to longer than just 1 year. And the Thunder are going to have a chance to really build something. And it would not surprise me if there is something in the form of a Al Horford-esque deal, that, like, there's a path to not for Al Horford, but with Kevin Durant coming back, the Thunder said, hey, we have this that we can do.
Yeah, we have this line
And
up,
we
and
can
just have to see.
make this move. And I think that it would not surprise me if something like that happened behind closed doors recently, that they're just like, hey, listen, Paul, come back. We have Russell, we have Steven, um, and we have Robertson coming back, and we can also go do this. And if you come back, we will commit to doing this, and we'll spend as much money as we need to. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder aren't done. So this could end up looking a lot like last summer, where, like, the beginning of the summer we have, like, this giant Paul George thing happen, and then we go into later in the summer and they're like, the Thunder did what? And the Thunder bringing what team? And hopefully it's going to end up better than what Carmelo ended up being. But I just would not be surprised if something like that happened.
Yeah, and I mean, as Royce said in yesterday's OKC Dream Team pod, that of course you have to subscribe and listen. Um, he said, like, when you asked him, do you think there is any chance of a Horford deal? He said, well, they are surely saying this stuff to Paul George, and they have something, and so. They probably have something. This is how Royce phrased it, and like Royce is a guy that, like, he tells stuff only if he freely believes that those are going to happen. So I would not be
Yeah.
surprised if something is in the pipeline for OKC, and it can be anything. It can be like a good mid-level signing. It can be Carmelo Anthony, a Carmelo Anthony trade somewhere. You never know. I mean, and well, as I tweet like a few days ago, when the opt-in was, well, the non-ETO was actually performed. you have 27 million to trade and get in some players. Without it, you're Emily or die, basically. And so you have more flexibility, you have less tax to pay, but that's just like this decision to get money, to spend money. It's not related to the team. So I mean, I think that OKC has some tools to improve the roster, or at least to give this version a different chance. I think that the coaching staff knows the numbers, knows what work and what not, and so I mean, I would be surprised if the same iteration of the last year team will carry over next season in terms of rotations and minutes distributions, blah blah blah.
Yep. Chris Paul back to the Rockets, 4 years, 160 million. That's interesting. That's
yeah, and no one is saying you're going to pay him like when he's 30, 37, $40 million. And Chris Paul never played 82 games in the 82 games in the last like 5 seasons.
Right.
I don't know. I even read a tweet. Sorry, and I even read a tweet that says, "Yes, but Paul George really, but Sam Presti didn't win the trade to Indiana." So let's temper our excitement. Okay.
Man, we have always got to swim upstream as Thunder fans, right? Like we're always fighting against something. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still Royce tweeted out just a little while now. Obviously. I'm just trying to see if he no. I'm just looking for the terms of the contract. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
DeAndre Jordan, 1 year to the not to the Clippers, to the Mavericks at the same price.
That's weird.
24.1 million.
Like the exact same amount?
The exact same thing. So it's like they didn't have to. I guess they just couldn't consummate a trade, which is pretty interesting. And I'm really super glad that he's not going to the Warriors, which is great. And maybe Dwight Howard will go there and infiltrate them and fart them out of a championship next year.
Yeah, I mean that like the fact that Dwight wants to go there. Well, okay, he wants to finally be like relevant or being relevant again in terms of championship and blah blah blah. And probably he can be okay there. I'm not sure he's that powerful to destroy the team, but you never know. Like
I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, there's rumblings that Kevin Durant may not be long for the Warriors. That's been going on for a while, but
yeah, they reported like 1 season, 1+1.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, Michele, you want to do a real podcast now? We're going to do some Down to Dunk podcast.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If you're somehow watching this and you've never listened to the podcast that we do, you can find Down to Dunk on iTunes, Stitcher, all those fun things. You can get it on your phone for free, but then you can listen to the OKC Dream Team. It's me, John Hamm, and Royce. And Royce can kind of give you an inside to the what happened behind the scenes, because Royce knew things this morning and he wouldn't tell me, and I want to find out. And so if you want to find out too, patreon.com/OKC Dream Team. You do have to pay for it, but it's well worth your money. $4 a month. It's not that much. So go check those out. Scared money don't make money, Michele. And that I'm so glad that that's not going to haunt Sam Presti mostly, because it really could. Also,
you do that. Like, if you guys, and now I'm
really could have
part 3, which
now I'm so excited to watch part 3. I thought, man, this part 3 could be so depressing.
Exactly. I was scared. I was scared about I talked about the Lakers. I talked about OKC, but I'm going to Philly. So no, nothing.
Right.
Like that.
It's incredible. I still just disbelief that he decided to do it at midnight, and I talked about this with a friend earlier. Like, this is what Kevin Durant was supposed to do. Like, he was the guy that wasn't supposed to take meetings. He was the guy that was supposed to stay, not the guy from Indiana that said, I want to be a Laker. Like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy.
I'm watching the video of the party. Russ is so pumped.
Oh, he's got to be so happy. I wish, man.
I don't have the audio because I'm talking to you, but like you can see it. Like,
it's so great. It's so great. This is gonna be a great season. You know, they're not gonna have that sputtering start that they had. They could win 55-ish games, and I think I think this team's gonna be really good, despite what a lot of people will tell you in the national media. This team is gonna be good. So, again, listen to our podcasts. We're also making a Scared Money Don't Make Money shirt, and it's going to be very good. So keep your eye out for that. Got my friend Brandon Lane working on a design for it as we speak. So it's going to be incredible. So look out for that. We'll have those available hopefully either sometime tonight or tomorrow for pre-order. And we'll have all the podcasts. So just get ready. We're gonna have some great coverage for you this summer and into next season. Michele, thanks for joining us, and we will
thank you for
talk to you on the podcast here in a second.